we are at our next spot location. What is that to? It is to the Father Pandosy Mission and Museum. There's the gateway, just right there. But first, let's take a look at this sign. But before we read this sign seen here, you'll have to see me first. Okay, so as is, here we are at our next adventure, and that goes to the Father Pandosy Mission and Museum. It's quite a bit inside here. Without further ado, let's get those items with me and let's go. First, we'll read that sign over there, and then we'll enter in. Sign is just where this a tree is. See, just right there. And so here it says Father Pandosy, and there's a readout right there where these trees are seen here. And it tells all about Father Pandosy, all with him here. And also, at the end of it, it reads Okanagan Valley, the province of British Columbia. So this is a little bit of a history readout. That's parked under these trees where this wooden fence is. You see this right there. We'll enter in and you'll see the places. You can see some of the places from over here. We'll take a look at that. Then we'll enter in. So you can see some of the places there that we'll go into. So we'll get this first before we enter in. Okay, let's take this way. You can read some of the signs. Father, and it says here, Father Charles Pandosy, and it tells all about that. It said arrived here in October 8th of 1849. Right there. We'll read the other sign. It'll probably say the same thing. No, it does not. But it reads something else. Restored in 1958. And it reads on more over here. There's the offense there, and then here's over here too. So now we will is enter in. So we got quite a few exhibits that we can see. And you can also see is that we also have some other things. So we got a turtle there, and we got a readout over here on rock, right there. And it's done by donation. And we'll just walk through here, and we will go and take a look at some of the surroundings. You can enter into a few places as well too. We'll take a look on my right side first. Right over here. And then we're going to take a look at this place here. This one here is actually open. That we'll take a look in the inside. This right here happens to be is the McDougall House. McDougall House. Almost sounds like something out of Harry Potter. And it talks a bit about it right there. There's a little bit of a readout, and the house is right there, which is the house you see just right here. We can go in and take a look. What I do is take this way in, walking up just over here. can take a look. You know that I'm in the inside of over here. We can take a look at some of the exhibits in the inside. This is a museum, a historical landmark museum. This is what you'll see just right here. You can see a little bit here. We won't be too long in one area because we've got other places to go. But we can take a look at over here and see what they got over here too. Looks very interesting. And so here is also a tourist main attraction. So over here we got is a horse saddle, some beds, and some other things here too. In this part over here, nice wood stove seen there. And over here, that's basically it right there. I'll back up so you can take a good look at the whole thing. Seen here. So now that we are finished over here, we'll move on to the next spot from over here too. I do like the windows and how they all look. I like how they have it over here, including what you'll see over here. We got an outhouse over here, I believe that is. Got firewood. We got over here. There's other places too, especially over there, and over here. So we're gonna go into all of them, but we're going to is only do a little bit at a time. It almost looks like an old mining site of some kind, and site on like a ghost town kind of look to it. We'll take a look at this, and then we'll get onto the other exhibits. We got over there, and over here. So let's just stay on one side here, and then we'll make our way there. Okay, so we got all this here. These look like they came from the slight mining time, besides as like for other things, as you can see right there. Besides as farming, mining and farming. Stuff from over here. It even tells you what they are from over here too. That looks more like a mining something right there, as you can make out. And then we get this thing over here. And now we're going to is start with the center part, which is right there. So this is the center part right there. Where this place is, we'll take a look around, and then we'll go inside. Right here. Wow. It's completely epic. So we've been to like over there, and now we're over here. This one here has a bench, chair right there, with the readout, and it says blacksmith shop right there. This is a blacksmith forge shop scene here. We'll take a look into that too, because it is open. Okay. So anyway, we go to over here, and in the inside you'll see are the things used for blacksmithing and forging on that front from over here. Almost you can see the floor over here has lots of rocks inside here. We'll take a look on here, and then we'll get onto the next exhibit. A lot of gravel, cartwheels. This is locked, so we cannot go in there, but this is all we can see. Look at all they have inside here. That is a lot. A lot of equipment used in blacksmithing and forging. See it all right there. This goes back and dated from a long time ago, as you can tell by what they have used from back then. Cleaning all this here too. So that is it for this one here. We'll go take a look at the other exhibits. And then that's pretty much it for over here. Where's the other exhibits? Well, first things first, we want to stay with one area first. So we'll go up to this spot next. And then we'll get to the center, which is what these places are over here. And one thing I'm going to mention is that they close at 5. So we're going to have to do this somewhat fairly kind of quickly. But not like too quick here. We do have some time. So we do have whatever this is. It's like metal scraps and other ground wheel driving binder. That's what that reads for over here. We'll go around here. This is next. It's like a log cabin. We'll see in the inside in a moment here. I'm just showing you the other way in. And then we get to over here. You'll see some tables here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 tables here. Here's another way in over here. So this is one that's quite more bigger. We'll take a look at them. Let's actually go into this one. You won't see me for a bit till we get this part done at least. So here is for horse carriages of other things inside. Over here it even says 1 horse open sleigh, which is what you'll see just right there, and other things too. So want to see over there? This looks pretty interesting too. We'll go into the round view. And we'll take a look at the other area spots too. This one here is a little bit more bigger than from the other ones too. You'll see the back view of where we once were from over there. We'll just work away from over here. And we'll enter into over here as well too. This one here is fairly big. Fairly big. Let's enter into over here. Kind of like solitary ghost town. Oh, a bit there. You can see some stuff into there. Even stuff into here too. So that's quite a bit of stuff inside here, found inside here. We'll go around over here. I see a statue as well too. Where's the statue? Oh, so right there. That I just zoomed into. We'll see that in a moment. Let's get up to these stairs, and then I'll take you in that direction. It says up here. This is the upper level. Go on to this. So I took that all the way up here. And here I am now in the inside. Just right here. Okay, so this is the upper level. We'll take a look at over here. And we'll see What else there is? Look at this. This is ancient. You never see those. So yeah, this is totally, completely epic. I love this museum. I'll flip the lens around so you can take a look at my left side of me and the right side from here. And now to the left side. And we'll get this. Now we should exit. Gotta be careful. Watch our heads, because this one here is a little bit low. So gotta be careful when I walk out of here. Wow. Epic! I'm so glad that I came here. Oh wait, let's wait. Just had to get my picture taken there. Anyways, let's head down these stairs and I'll see you to the next exhibits over here. Okay, just got down the stairs. And we see over there, but this is kind of like a brief overview of what we have so far been on. Now what we're going to do now is we will go and check out the center part next, which is that place right down over there. And then we'll check out, maybe we'll, before we get into the center, let's get this one first. If we've been there, I'll quickly take a look and then we'll get to the center part. So we'll get to over here. No, we have not been inside here. Let's get this first. This has something on here, but it's not on there anymore. It's kind of like fading right there. But I'm gonna take a look on the inside. First, let's get to read it. It says, Brother's House. Pandosy mission model inside. We'll get to that next. Let's head inside here. Okay, so we just entered inside here. There is stairs that we'll take up there so we can take a look. We're looking the inside over here. All you'll see just right from over here. I'll flip the lens around so we can take a more of a good look. Then after we get this, we'll head up these stairs seen here as well too. Anyways, let me flip my lens around so you can take a good look at the stuff inside over here in this exhibit. Wow. I like how they got this museum. This is a historical one and a landmark and a tourist main attraction. Not much up here. Okay, so now we saw that. Let's go take these stairs. Then once we get from upstairs here, we'll work our way outside and we'll see the center part in just a few moments, which is seen just right there. Okay. Let's head upstairs. Upstairs now. Well, you'll see me just right here. It almost looks like a log cabin. Look behind me. There's stuff over here. There's an exhibit just behind me. We'll start with this. It's a little bit of a narrow kind of walkway up here, so you gotta be careful here. Okay, take a look. It's like a playroom. You can see we got some old kettles and chairs. Yeah, there's a bed. And over there is like the play area. There's an old picture there, as you can make out. Wow. But that's the layout of the place over here. So that's basically it for over here. Wow, quite the exhibit. Wow, cool. Now let's head downstairs, but let's look through the window first. Right there. Now we'll head downstairs now. Gotta be careful. So I'm gonna pause the camera as I make my way downstairs. And back down. So where you'll see me from over here. Now let's head out and get to those area spots that you've seen. That was when I was just appearing like right from the window, down from over there. Now that we've finished over here, let's now head into this direction. But before we do, there's a statue that I wanted to show you first before we head into this direction. The statue is just right over there, but there's a readout. It says on here on the readout, the Father Pandosy Mission 150th anniversary commemorative sculpture there from 2010 to 2012, bronze, and there's the artist to it. Let's go see that statue. It's just right here. So here is the statue. I do love it, so I'm going to take a picture of it. So, it appears that he's holding a stick of something right here. Let's see if you can take a picture of him and the place in the back there. I do like that view. I'll zoom in and get centered first. 3, 2, 1. Picture's taken. Take a good look at the statue here. The face. Wow. Over here is like a rock well. As you can see just right here. And we got those places right over here in the center. But first, before we get to over there, let's walk over there. That's quite a big place. And that's where this tree is right there. Look how big this place is. Then we'll get to the center part. We'll take a round look, then we'll get into the inside because it's an exhibit as well too. Wow, this is fairly big. Fairly big. There's a readout, but it's all like kind of chipped away. There. Says it here is the Kristen house. Or the Christine house. And that's what you'll see just right here. Right side inside. But first what we do is we're going to read this. Site restoration. It has all the old pictures. And something about the mission is renovated, see in here. So this is a house. This old house. We'll take a look over there. And we'll make our way into this center part of this. But before we do, there's it right here. Joseph Christine House. That's what this is. There's it right out over here too. Let's get that too before we head into in this direction. Right there. This kind of reminds me of like the Zuckerberg Island one, but more different. This is more bigger. So there's a hole right out there. Now we were going to this direction first before entering over here. There is stairs inside here, but we'll take this way first. So here is a kitchen. That's one big huge kitchen. See here, so this is a big huge kitchen inside here. Kitchen exhibit. We'll step out here and we'll head now into the inside over here, into the house. So let's head inside the house. Here is the living room table. You can see a piano and other inside here. So this is the living room. There's an upstairs that we'll take. So here's the living room. We'll check out these rooms too. In this room here has like glass stuff over here. You can see all the stuff inside here. There's this part of the statue. This is his portrait right there. Here's the guest book upon this altar-like thing over here. And here's more over here. This right here, I believe, was his place. With others as well too. All this right here is like chapel base. And over here, it says searching for Father Pandosy's grave. That's what that reads there. And here is the pictures all right there. We can see, we can go through here. And we'll get this side. Wow. So this is like an in-house kind of look here. Now we're going to now is since that we're seeing down here. Let's have stairs, which is up here. Beautiful stairs too. Wow. These stairs are more nicer than the ones that I've been in. Wow. This is completely epic. So I just came from there up top here, and here I am. Just here. One space that we'll first get to. There's not many places up here. We'll go into over here next, and then we'll make our way to the only two on the left side of me. Let's get to my right side first before we get to the left side of me. This is a full-on house, by the way. These look like old school desks right there. Let me get over here. So this is an old school part. You can see old school desks. Teacher's table, chalkboard, and an old piano over there, as you can make out. This used to be an old school room, by the way. This is an old school room. Because obviously a school table's there and a school table's over here in this exhibit. There's an old picture. Let's get that first before we go on to onto the other side. Right there. Very royal, this looks like. Now that we got the picture, let's head out. And we'll get to my left side of me next. The left side places, I should say, on my. So you can't really see my face because it's kind of shadowy up here, but you can kind of see it now. Well, now is make our way to over here and get these ones, and then we'll head back downstairs. Then we'll get to the center part. I believe we covered everything in this assault too. Okay, anyways, let's go over here, and then we'll head downstairs. Let's get this. So here's a bedroom. Old jacket and other. Nice flooring too. Wow. So there's that. Now we'll go on to over here and we'll check over here. There's a rocking chair. Seen there, and then bed. An old chest and an old picture. Old chest first. Picture. Right there. Now we'll work our way downstairs. When we get to the center, we've covered everything up here. Anyways, I'll meet you all downstairs. Here I am just downstairs now. Now we're gonna head outside. We've seen everything inside here already. And I'll take you to the loop around to the opposite side of this. Then we'll get to the center part. And I'm pretty much we got everything. Oh yeah, I even show you the chapel. Where's the chapel? Believe that was I'll try to look for the chapel. I believe that was part of the chapel. I think that's what it was there. That's quite the big house. Statue one more time. And now we're gonna. This is gonna be the last leg of this adventure. Okay, so yeah. We haven't seen the chapel because the chapel place is just right there. So we'll go into this chapel. There are stairs that we can take up to the upper. And then we got is then we got the house there. Let's get the house and then we'll get the chapel last. We'll do a loop around, then we'll get you over here and then into the chapel. Right from over there. Because we've been to over there. Windows open. Peek in and peek back out. There's the understairs. Seen here going up there that we'll take up there. Believe that that part is closed off, so we can't go up. We can't go up over there. Listen to the chapel. That's okay though. So there is a that other side of the stairs. That part there is closed or bolted. But that's okay too. Let's take a look into this window. Let's peek through this window first. You might get my reflection. So we will not take the stairs because that spot there is kind of closed off. Okay, now what we'll do is we will now head into before we get into the chapel. Let's go into the house. First, let's take the read out. This chair is Alice Lundy, dedicated to Alice Lundy. Anyway, it says something about the mission site as well too. So here we got is Root House, and the Root House is just right there as it reads on that wooden plaque. Right there it says Root House. That's all inside here. So I'm inside the Root House. And so there's not much what we're here to see inside here. And then we'll go on to the chapel, and that brings this spot's leg of the tour adventure finished for this. Anyways, let's take a look at this, then we'll get to the chapel part of it. So I'm gonna flip the lens around so you can take a more of a great look from behind me here. Starting with the left side here. Who else here? I'll try to get my shadow out of the way too. So that's pretty much it for over here. Now let's get to the chapel part, and that'll be the last leg of our tour adventure for over here. Okay, let's go to the chapel house, which is just next to it. Whereabouts exactly? It's like pretty close to over here. Just inside over there. So the chapel is just right there. So again, here's the stairways up over there. You can see that door is either bolted, because we cannot open it, and it looks like it's locked. Yeah, it's locked, so we cannot go up and over there, but you can see the stairs only. But we can take a look in the inside over here. This is the last part before we get to our next spot adventure. And it says here, you see here is the Father Pandosy's chapel from 1860, as it reads this right there on the wooden plaque. So now, let's head in and see the log chapel house. So in here is the chapel. These only two chairs. See the window here. Looking outside. But over here, you can see is the parts of the chapel now. It has a chest, a wood stove, and there is the believe that is part of the chapel table. It has a Bible open and different size candle holders. There's a mannequin with just his robe. This is a robe that he used to wear. Up above, I believe right there it is, a statue figure of Jesus right there, seen there. So this is like a holy place. There's a map, and there's other spots here too. Oh, and then over there it says Statue of Mary. This is just up right about there. So this is an old chapel from a long time ago. Wow. You can see we have a spider's web. It's just right there. Hope you can make that out. Wow. I love this part right here because this here is the chapel from a long time ago, where he would like do and preaching and stuff like that too. So this is like a monument besides this, the other things that I've just said. Now let's head out, and now we completed our tour adventure. Okay, I'm gonna bring this video to a wrap and close. I'll see you back with our next spot location to our next adventure tour. From yours truly, your Mouse Adventure Tour Tricks host, Race. Peace, love and blessings. Namaste. Now let's end off with the gates. Then we'll head off to our next location. We're gonna see a wrap and close, viewing the statue and the house and the trees just right here.